Okay, so I'm live already. Maybe we'll use this one for now. Hold on, hold on. It's time now. This is 7:02. You're on point. Yeah, the data is important. So hold on. I'm trying to see. I'm not seeing. I want to join this thing with your this thing. It's my own. So welcome, Orion YK. Welcome. You're very welcome. Can you hear me? Orion YK, can you hear me? If you can hear me, please write it in the comment section. Can you hear me? Oh, okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Please feel free to notify all your friends too that was started. We'll just chill a little for them to join us. Oh, Stalwart lovers, welcome, welcome. Good to have you. Good to have you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so glad to have you here. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Welcome, Affordable Jewelry Perfumes. Welcome, welcome. Please, let's reach out to our people that the live session has started. The live session has started. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a very, very great time. Oh, Star Wars lovers, we love you too. We love you. We love you. So we just wait for a few minutes more. We just wait for a few minutes more before we start the session. We'll just wait a few minutes more for those people who are going to be joining us. I guess people are still on their way from work, traffic, and other things. For those who are in Nigeria, and for those who are in other countries, I believe they'll be joining us soon too as well. So how was our day today? If I may ask, how was your day? Or how's your day going? Depending on where you're joining us from, how was your day? How is your day going? How is your day going? Please feel free to write it in the comment section there. How is your day going? How is it going? How's your day going? My wife will be joining us very soon. She had to go take care of our baby. She'll be joining us very soon too. So today we're discussing, am I ready for marriage? Am I ready? Am I ready? So we want to know, how do you even know you are ready? At what point do you feel you are ready? Yes, so thank God it's Friday. Oh. In fact, you don't know how happy I am too that today is Friday. It's been a very, very hectic week for me. Oh, perfect start to the yes, so perfect start to the weekend. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Yes, so in fact, after the session, I have a session tonight. Self after this session. So we just wait for 2 minutes, just 2 minutes, just 2 minutes, 2 minutes more, after which I'll kickstart. Other people will join us as we speak. Other people will join us as we speak. So before we start, can I just ask everybody in the comment section, can you tell me what's your definition of marriage? Can you just type it in the comment section? What's your definition of marriage? What do you think marriage is? What do you think marriage is? What is your definition of marriage? I really want to hear from everybody. What do you think marriage is? What's your definition of marriage? Oh, Things Love Says. So good to have you. So good to have you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's all about love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. So as I said, my question is, what is your definition of marriage? What do you think marriage is? Before we even talk about being ready or not ready, what do you think marriage is? Just drop it in the comment section. What do you think marriage is? Could be a very short definition, could be a long definition, any definition that comes to your mind. I know we were taught in social studies. When we were in school, we were taught in social studies what marriage is, what family is, and all that. So even if it's that definition you want to put, just feel free to put it. Feel free to put it. So let's know what's your definition of marriage? What's your definition of marriage? What do you think marriage is? What do you think marriage is? Please let's drop it in the comment section. What do you think marriage is? What do you think marriage is? Oh, awesome. I love this. I love this. Joining of two compatible souls to become one. Wow. 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 This is beautiful. In fact, you're talking like a coach. All right. Thank you so much, Affordable Jewelry Perfume. Joining of two compatible souls to become one. That word is key. Compatible. In another session, we'll deal with how to deal with compatibility, how to know if you are even compatible with somebody. What are the things that determine compatibility and other things like that. So joining of two compatible souls to become one. Alright, so we're starting right away. And we'll start with a word of prayer. Our Father and our God, we thank you. Thank you for this session. Thank you because souls will be touched. Thank you because we will receive wisdom, we will receive knowledge, we will receive understanding, we will receive insight, and we will do better even after this session. We pray that you will help the speakers and you help the listeners to understand everything. Thank you, Lord, in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. So we're starting already. Orion YK, marriage is a God-ordained conjugal union between a man and a woman. It's a lifelong journey that affects every other aspect of the marriage. Wow, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Marriage is a God-ordained conjugal union. In fact, for me, this is one of the very important phrase that I would like to have. God-ordained conjugal union. So let's welcome my wife. Let's welcome my wife. You, welcome. Yes, so.
Hi.
Yes, so Mama is radiantly beautiful, ready for you and set for you. She is set for you.
Hi, everybody.
That's right.
So good to have you guys.
This is beautiful. Yeah, affordable. You're very right. I like that his definition is on point. God-ordained conjugal union. Because the truth of the matter is that God instituted marriage. Nobody instituted marriage outside God. So whatever God has established, it is God ordained. So I perfectly agree with this definition. Between a man and a woman, not between a man and a man and a woman and a woman, no, not between them. But then he says it's a lifelong journey that affects every other aspect of married people. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Pastor I know 28, welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. So good to have you, sir. So good to have you, sir. Yes, so affordable. Thank you for welcoming Mama. All right, so am I ready for marriage? Straight to our topic today. Am I ready for marriage? One of the reasons why I told us to define marriage is for us to gain perspective. First of all, let's understand this thing we're even talking about, because it is usually said that when the essence of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. So this marriage we're even talking about, am I ready for marriage? What is even the marriage itself? So we need to understand and gain perspective on that marriage itself before we now know if we are ready to go into it. Going by your definitions, I once again applaud your definitions. But I have one particular definition that I want to bring on board. The definition was by one of my mentors. His name is H. Norman Wright.
and he defined definition of marriage. He said it's Christian marriage. Christian marriage. Yeah, good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. All right, so I'll be reading that definition out by H. Norman Wright of a Christian marriage. The definition says a Christian marriage is a total commitment of two people. Please, let's take note of those words. Total commitment of two people to the person of Jesus Christ and to one another. That means that if you are committed to each other, you are two people committed to each other, you are subjected to the leadership of Jesus and also to one another. Bible says something in the book of Ephesians chapter 5 verse 21. It says submitting one to another. So that means that there's a place where the two of us have to submit to ourselves, because there's a place where she's better than I am. At that point, I'm submitting to her. There are places where I'm better than her. At those places, she's submitting to me. So we're submitting to ourselves. Do you understand now? So it's a total commitment of two people to the person of Jesus and to one another. Also, he says it is a commitment in which there are no holding back of anything. We're not holding back anything. That means that there's nothing I cannot tell my wife. There's nothing she cannot tell. In fact, when things happen, she's the first person that comes to my mind to talk to on any matter. We gist a lot. Just today, for the whole of today, let's say we've spoken on phone, via chat and via call for practically 4 hours today alone, from when we went out to when we came in. Do you understand? So that's what it is. Commitment where the two people are not holding back. Aseline Essence Cakes, welcome, good to have you. Marriage is a pledge of mutual fidelity in all areas. It's a pledge. So I pledge to you, I commit to you, and we do it in the presence of God. So we're pledging of mutual fidelity. I'm going to stay true to you, you're going to stay true to me. That's it. Then it is a partnership of mutual subordination and servanthood. A partnership of mutual subordination and servanthood. So you see it, for somebody who is going to marriage, you will know that you are going to marry to go and work. Let me say that once again. You are going into marriage to go and work. It is servanthood, subordination. We're subjecting, I said it before, that we're subject to one another, we're submitting to one another. So one person is not superior to another person in that sense, although for the sake of orderliness and leadership and guidance, and let me just say orderliness, the husband is the head of the home and there's no fight about it. Do you get? But what I mean in the area of subordination is we're submitting to each other in different other areas of life. Do you get? So now that we understand what marriage is in itself, we understand what Christian marriage is in itself. Now the next question is, am I ready for marriage? Am I ready for this thing? How am I sure that I'm ready? So babe, over to you.
Okay. We've heard about what they call the definition of marriage. Marriage is all of those things. Marriage is not let me just marry. Marriage is not we are wearing the same clothes. Marriage is not matching pajamas. Marriage is not we marry, we give birth, it doesn't look like what is always portrayed. Marriage is work. Godly marriage takes intentionality. It takes you to understand different roles. It takes you to understand the way God has created marriage to be for it to work. If you don't understand how it's supposed to be, it cannot work. Just like you said that when the purpose of something is not established, abuse is inevitable.
Yes.
So when you have the understanding that in this marriage you are supposed to be naked and not ashamed, means that you are open, you are vulnerable to your partner in every ramification.
Yes.
So marriage is not I'm keeping some things to myself, it's keeping some things to itself. No. marriage is not the party, is not the planning.
The wedding.
Yes, it's not that. You know, it's understanding, it's submission, it's loving, it's you know, all of those
Caring.
things. Yes, it's caring, it's every of those things. And I tell you, those things don't come by default. They come with intentionality, they come with preparedness, they come with everything you can ever think of. So before you answer the question, am I ready to marry, do you really understand
What
marriage is? So going to our next point.
Yes. So we're going to, am I ready for marriage? So we're going to be giving you some points. Yes, some points that will help you know if you are ready for marriage. A lot of you say, now I have baby. In fact, my baby is turning white. I've seen 25-year-old people that have baby. So it depends on individuals. It's not by baby. Do you understand? And some people will be like, oh, now I'm very matured, this and that. Am I ready for marriage? So we'll look at those things and know if you are really ready for marriage. Number one in my list is when you are the right person yourself. You see, this one, a lot of people underplay the usefulness and the importance of being the right person yourself. A lot of people are looking for Mr. Right. I'm looking for Mrs. Right. I just want that person to love me. I just want that person to take care of me. That's not what it is. You yourself, are you the Mr. Right that your Mr. Right will want to marry? Are you the Mr. Right that your Mrs. Right will want to marry?
We usually ask one question that can you marry yourself?
Mm.
Can you marry your type? Can you marry your personality? Can you be comfortable with who you are? Can you take the things that you give to other people? You know, if you can answer those questions and settle for at least your own kind of person, then we know that okay, perhaps
Yes.
they are ready
Yes.
to, you know, do these
Yes.
things. So are you the right person for yourself? Have you gotten the necessary things you need to equip yourself for this for the marriage?
the journey? Yes.
Yeah, have you gotten them? Have you developed yourself mentally, spiritually, economically, financially, in all areas? Have you developed yourself at least to that certain area? You want this kind of person. Have you risen to that kind of level? Because the truth of the matter is, like attracts like. You cannot be here and then you're looking at somebody that is here and then you expect that the two of you should sync. Your values need to align, and if you're not on the same pedestal or almost on the same pedestal, that even if one person wants to work on another person, it won't be too much of work. It's going to be like, okay, let's just, you know, balance together.
Yes.
Are you on that level, or you just feel like you can fantasize about a man or a woman and you think that you can get it? You know, who are you?
So, in fact, we can hear your voice. So, oh, Daddy, are you saying that you can hear us or you cannot hear us? Okay, you can hear us. Okay, I want to believe that you're saying you can hear us. Okay, thank you, sir. All right, so as we're saying, you yourself need to be that person that another person desires to marry. Let me tell you something. In my book, there's a book I released December last year, and the good thing with it is for people who are asking for the hard copy is going to be out by end of this month. So the pre-ordering for the hard copy has started already and is going to end very soon, before the end of this month. So please just go to the link in bio, go there and click on that link. You will see the interface where you can pre-order for the hard copy if that's what you prefer. If you prefer the soft copy, the link is also there, and there's an advantage, a benefit I'm giving to those of you who are on this call for the next 24 hours. I'm giving you a particular benefit. The normal price is 3,000 for the soft copy, but you'll be getting it as 2,500 if you can get it within the next 24 hours. If you can get it, you will now use this code. You will use this code 22. That's the code you are going to use to get your copy for the e-version. This is only applicable to the e-version. For the hard copy, is already, since it's pre-order, is cheaper.
Discount.
Yes, it's discounted at this pre-order level. but when it comes out, it's going to be a little above that price. So, but if you want the e-copy, please just go with the code 22. Yes, 22. Affordable. Thank you for putting it there. Just go with that code and you will get it at the cheaper at the discounted rate. Yeah. So we're going to number 2. I was saying something that in my book I helped ladies get clarity. One of the good things about that book is that book is not only good for females. You know, I said, you know, we're saying something. We said number 1 point is that, are you the right person that the right person you desire wants to marry? So that practically means that if as a lady you are reading that book to understand the kind of man that you want, what you want to see in him, what you should do to attract him, I believe that every good man too who has good intentions should also read that book, so that they can understand what a good lady wants them to do. Do you understand? Like what they need to do to attract that lady. Do you understand what I'm saying now? So if you are a good guy, I believe that you too should pre-order that book or get it, depending on which you prefer, if it's the hard copy or the soft copy. And that will take us to point 2. Point 2 is when you get your motives and your purpose for marriage right. We said something before. When the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. What is your motive for going into marriage? What is your motive?
Why do you want to get married?
Why do you want to
That's
get
the
married?
question. Do you know that as that question may look like, there are various reasons people go into marriage. There are very funny reasons people go into marriage. There are very annoying reasons people go into marriage. And then you're like, are you for real right now? Like, are you kidding me? Yes, we are relationship counselors, and I kid you not. When you listen to some things, you know that what you are saying is not fallacy. You know that what you are saying, you are not just making them up. When you listen to the reason why people go into marriage, you just be like, wow, like
Do you know that I've seen a case where a client practically told me that she's tired of being single, and that's her reason for getting married. One told me that she doesn't feel fulfilled, like she feels that she needs
somebody.
she needs somebody in her life to complete her. What is your reason?
Another and I think another was saying that she's feeling too pressured. That mom is this, her mom is that, her mom is this.
Imagine.
She wants grandchildren.
Imagine.
And all of those things.
Imagine.
Yeah,
So for grandchildren's sake, okay. Now the question is this: when you now get married, let's look at the example of the grandchildren one. When you get married and for some reason, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years,
pressure lives on.
which is even if you survive all those 5 years, still in that your husband's house, and they have not flinged you out, what would you do if you don't see anything? There's no child coming within those 5 years. We're not praying for it, but what if it happens? So you need to enter into marriage with the right motives. What are your intentions? Why do you want to get married? Why? When you get your motive right, then you are ready for marriage. Get your motive right. Some people even say they just want to feel good. Do you understand? I've not had sex as a single person, so I just want to have sex. You want to enter into marriage for the purpose of sex.
Do you know that some people go into marriage because of peer pressure? I mean, like, all my friends are getting married. I mean, like, what exactly is wrong with me? In fact, people that are not even as old as I am, people that are not even as fine as I am, people that are not even as this or as that as I am, are getting married. Any guy I say, I go hold am tight. This marriage, we guys married, this married. You know, they're just different reasons. And what we want to tell you is that examine your reasons.
Examine
Why
your
do
reason.
you want to really do this? Is it because you understand the concept of marriage and you've explored all of these things and you're like, God, yes, this is your child and yes, she's ready or is ready, or you think that 2023 must not pass me by. This year we got that day.
Is our year.
I'm telling you.
Is our year.
Yes, it can be your year. It can always be your year.
In fact, for us, we have been rooting for singles that this year 2023 is your year.
Yes.
But we are coming here to make you get it right.
Yes.
So that you don't just get married for getting married sake.
We are not after you getting
Yes,
married.
we are
We are about you getting married and staying married. Happily
So
married.
yes, so getting married in the right way and staying married. Do you get? So one of the reasons why we are clamoring for you getting married is because we know that a lot of you can achieve better than you are achieving as a single person. I posted something on my page few days ago, I think maybe yesterday or so, and I was saying in that video, it was one of our YouTube videos, our latest YouTube video, where we're saying that for the men, if you think you are making millions now as a single guy, if you get the right woman in your life, take note of the word right woman into your life, you will do far better than you are doing now. Do you know that there are so many things that I'm doing right now that I didn't know that I had capacity to do them until I got married? I'm telling you the fact. This is me telling you now. So the ginger came, the drive came because there was somebody who we understood our vision together. We're running with it, and there's push from both ends. Oh, you in our the live we did last year, I was saying it that sometimes my wife will push me and say, no, this is not, you are not doing what I expect you to do. Like, she will say it to my face like, you have more potentials than this. Exactly. That's what happens when you marry somebody who understands, you know, and you people are in sync. You are moving towards the same direction. Don't let me go ahead of myself. So I said for this second point, the point where you are ready is when what? Your motive, your reason, you understand your why. If your why is, oh, God has told me that it is time. Fantastic.
Fantabulous.
Yes. If your why is, oh yes, I believe that it is time. And everything within me and around me is telling me that it is time. Fine. I believe it is time because I am prepared and I'm moving ahead. And I want God to take me to another dimension in uniformity with my spouse. So find your motive and make sure that it is a correct motive. Once that motive is correct, then you are ready.
Absolutely.
Good. So now the third one is when you have the correct ideologies and perspective about marriage. You have the correct ideology and perspective. Do you know that it's very funny how that in this age and time, some people still believe that their husband must actually slap them at least once a week. At least, in fact, some people will tell me that they believe that if their husband has not beaten them, then there's something wrong with that man. That man is an okobo. If you are Nigerian and you're Yoruba, you understand what I'm saying. That the man like the man is not man enough. Do you understand? He's a weakling. That's the word. He's a weakling. Which is very, very wrong. What is your ideology about marriage? Do you know that the bad thing about it is, if you have that kind of ideology and your man is a good man, do you know that you can pressurize him to that point where he will now begin to inflict those injuries that you have perceived in your head? Maybe because of the family you grew from. Maybe your mom used to beat your dad, or your dad used to beat your mom, or people around you. In fact, I remember just last week, somebody was telling me, somebody confided in me and say, I'm so scared of getting married. He told me emphatically. He said he's so scared of getting married. And why is the reason? He said he's born again, he's saved, he believes that God will help him in his marriage, but looking at the kind of marriages around him, he said all the marriages around him, that none of them has survived divorce. He said even his own parents' marriage, he said he took his parents as his role model. He said he took his parents as his role model, and last they still divorced. So you see that already there's a problem. And I had to encourage him that, see, what are you looking at? Who are you looking at? There are many examples of good marriages everywhere. Only that bad marriages are more amplified than the good ones. Good marriages are everywhere. Good marriages are everywhere. So whatever you focus on becomes your focus. That's the truth. Whatever you focus on becomes your focus. So if you focus on marriages that are scattering, that are destroyed, that are leading to divorce, at the end of the day, it might happen to you. But if you focus on the good ones, you look at biblical principles, you see what is happening, you trust God. The Bible tells us something. He said, looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith. That means that if I keep looking at Jesus, I keep being like him. In fact, sin is far away from me. I'm not even thinking about sin because I'm focused on righteousness. As I'm looking at Jesus, I'm focused on righteousness. So I'm not even getting close to sin at all. Just like the Bible told us that flee every appearances of evil. So that means that you are not even fleeing sin. You are fleeing the appearance. So if you are fleeing the appearance, that means you are far away from sin. The same thing is applicable in this case. If your focus is on good marriages around you, you're following what the Bible says. The Bible says it that in the book of Matthew chapter 19, when those people, they were asking Jesus, they said, so what do you think about divorce? Moses allowed us divorce. So what's your perspective? Jesus says something. He said, in the beginning, it was not so. Oh, that's what the Bible says. Look at the book of Matthew chapter 19. He said, in the beginning, it was not so. That was not the intention of God. He now said, it is the hardness of your heart. Coconut head everywhere. Coconut head. Coconut head. It's the hardness of your heart that made him give that space to divorce for you to first separate, and then before you now file the statement of divorce. It's because of your coconut head. That was not the plan of God. That was not the plan of God. The plan of God is that we have great homes. The Bible tells us something as well. He said, me and my household, we are for signs and wonders. In another place, he said, me and my household, we will serve the Lord. That is the intention of God. One of the intention of God is to have godly seeds. That's the intention of God. So what is your ideology about marriage? You need to do some mind re-engineering. You need to do some mind reset. In my book, I wrote a story there. And it was a story of a lady. During counseling, she came, she said that she just believed that she cannot get married. She just believed that she cannot get married. That was her ideology all the while. We had to go through some re-engineering processes for her. After a while, after some months, she met a very good guy, a believer, fantastic guy. At the end of the day, they got married, now with children. Hallelujah. That is it. Whatever you have in your head, you need to correct it. Correct that notion you have in your head. So once you have the right perspective, then you are ready for marriage. We have been seeing a lot of divorce cases now these days. We've been seeing a lot of divorce cases. Why are those divorce cases happening? Some seemingly felt good, and after a while, something happened. If you look at it, for some of those cases, the mindset that some of those people had affected that marriage. The mindset, the ideology, the perspective that some of those people had affected them. So my admonition to you today is change your perspective. Once you have the right perspective, following biblical principles, then you are ready for marriage. So that is point 3. Now we'll move on to point 4. The next point is when you are wholesomely mature. Are you people still following me? If you're following me, say yes in the comment section. Let me be sure you're following me. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much, Daddy. Thank you so much. He said that's what many people didn't get right before going into it. Absolutely. 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 Daddy has been married for about 35 years and is here giving us wisdom. Yes, affordable. Yes. Thank you. All right. So as I was saying, Daddy said something. He said that's what many people didn't get right before going into it. Orion YK, thank you so much. Thank you. That's it. If you don't get the right perspective, things will go haywire. They will go haywire. And one thing about mindset is that mindset is a stronghold. Mindset is a stronghold. Okay, somebody is asking that what's the right perspective though? I said it. The right perspective is divorce is not an option. That's one of the perspectives. The right perspective. Divorce is not an option. That's one of them. Another perspective is myself and my spouse, we are going to love ourselves all the way. We can have a lovable relationship. We can have a lovable marriage where the two of us will love ourselves and trust ourselves and will not have any iota of doubt to each other. That's another perspective where you believe in your mind that you will get somebody. If you're a guy, you will get a woman who loves God and somebody who will love you. Yes, divorce is not an option. It's not an option. It's not part of what is on the table. It's not. Do you understand? It's not. So when you get those perspectives right, so I've been able to mention some of those perspectives. In another session, we would have another IG live where we'll talk about some of these mentalities. You know, we'll go deeper into it. So I just mentioned a few so that we can go to all those other ones. Yes, we'll have a lovable relationship. Yes, it's achievable. It is achievable. And I said it is in your mind. In your mind. This is your mind. It is in your mind. You can have a lovable relationship. One of the things God did for us, for myself and my wife, is He helped us because of the grooming that we've been grooming ourselves over the years. Even before we met each other. So it was easy. Because we started on the right footing. God was involved. We're good friends. And we are still good friends. And we'll still always be good friends. One of my coaches posted something yesterday. He said, we have a perfect marriage. He said, depending on what you define perfect as. Yes. It's not that there are no misunderstandings sometimes, no, but you still stay through to each other and you solve the issues as they come up. You solve them immediately. Not that one person will now be having the other person in the mind for a long time and there's no solution, and then from there it's do you know the funniest thing is the little things that pile up to cause this divorce that we're talking about. The little things that people are not paying attention. Little things. And those little things, they accumulate till it now becomes that big elephant. It didn't start as that elephant. It started as ant, little ant coming together. Imagine you have like you have like 50 billion small ants. They will form an elephant. Yes. They will form an elephant. Do you understand? So that is what it is. So that's why work on your mind and get the right perspective. Once you have the right perspective and your mind is renewed, then you are ready for marriage. All right? Because the truth is that if you are not in the right mental space, if you don't have the right ideology, you would approach the wrong lady as a guy. And as a lady, you will say yes to the wrong guy. If in a relationship, for instance, now, you as a lady now, your guy is already shouting at you, is already, throwing bottles down when you are talking. He's just doing whoa. Small time, it will be whoa. Do you understand? It will start from whoa, whoa, whoa. You see that he's boiling, he's boiling, he's boiling, he's boiling. He cannot control it. Inside the marriage, he will not control it. So get those perspectives right, get them right. And I've told you people, because of you, that's why I've written that book. Attracting and retaining the right man made easy. 10 effective steps to marrying a good man. That's the name of the book. That's the title of the book. Fantastic. The foreword was written by Dr. Kingsley Okonkwo. I don't know if you know him. Fantastic coach. Fantastic coach. And he was even recommended by my pastor, Pastor Shola Oshomakinde. Fantastic. Do you understand? Because they read it and got value from it. So much value. In fact, when he read it, he was like, wow, excellent. That was the word he used. Excellent. So that's it. So this is a gift you can give yourself and people around you. It will bless them. And for some of the people who have read it, they've been giving me very, very, very fantastic reviews. I'll share them with you very soon. Yes, on one of our posts, one of these days, I'll share them with you so that you can enjoy as well as you even read your own. So we go to the next point, which is point number 4. When you are awesomely mature, when you are awesomely mature, that is when you are ready for marriage. Now, what do I mean by awesomely mature? You are mature physically, you are mature spiritually, you are matured mentally, you are matured emotionally, you are matured financially, then you are ready. Let me give you an example of spiritual maturity. Oh, if you are not matured now, if small thing happen in your house and you are supposed to pray, you'll be like, hey, egba mi o, egba mi o, egba mi o. When you are supposed to take up your role as a priest and begin to pray. Exactly. Self-centered attitude and unforgiveness, uncontrollable ego. Yes, thank you, Daddy. Those are the things you look out for in the person that you want to get married to, that you don't want to see those things. You look out for them. So as we're saying, maturity in all these areas. Financial maturity. I know some people used to give excuse that I don't have money, all these girls is money they want. What kind of girl are you chasing? Babe, enter here.
Okay.
Let me give us space.
And another thing that people used to say is like, they've not settled down because they don't have money or something like that. And then we ask the question that, what do you mean by you are still trying to settle down? Do you understand? Because these things are relative.
Yeah.
And these things are not hard. To settle down as a man, you don't need to have everything, because the Bible says that he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. So there are some things that you will not quickly get until you get married.
You want to get your favor by yourself.
Exactly.
And God has told you that it is through her that you will get the favor.
And I will dash you this thing. But no, you want to use your head to do this thing. You want to use your strength to do this thing. You get, so the basic thing for a man, for example, what's it called? Settling down. You have a roof over your head. You have a job that can cater for you and your wife, and at least a child.
Just in case a child comes.
Just a child, yes, and a child, and those are the basic things of life. The problem is that most guys, they don't go for girls on their level. They go for girls that are, what's it called? Their financial appetite is already wide.
That will be buying wig of 750k. Oh, it's not a big deal, yeah. Sorry, bros. Sorry, bros. It was not intentional.
So the point is that when you start going for people that are financially, experienced, exposed, insatiable hunger, you find it difficult to match up, and then you want to dance to their tune. You are putting yourself under undue pressure, and then you feel like you're not ready to get married because you've not gotten all the things you want to get. I'm telling you, people get married, just go to registry and they are back. People even do get pastor's blessing and they are back. They are married. They have their wedding certificates. But until you carry 1,500 sitters and you put all the shining light and all, and you wear wedding gown that costs like 200k, I don't know, any which ways, and do all of those things, you feel like you're not ready to settle down. These are ideologies that hold to one back.
Yeah.
ideologies that exposes one to what
Yes.
you're not even supposed to be exposed
Yes,
to. Because,
yes.
for example, you're supposed to have been married maybe around 27, 28, 29, 30, and then you're lingering.
So that you will
35.
blow very fast.
Exactly,
You
35,
will
40,
blow.
because you're trying to gather what is not. You know, you expose yourself to various vices, and that's just the truth of the matter. And then you even prolong the blessings of the Lord upon your life. So why not put all these things together, look out for the right thing you want to look out for in your spouse, and settle down. Do you understand? And you as a woman also, you don't need too much what's it called, you don't need to be to yes, it's very good to be independent. It's
Yes.
very, very, as a woman, be independent in that, no matter how small, no matter how little,
Have something you bring to
for
the
yourself.
table.
Yes, do not wait for your husband to buy matches.
Yeah.
Do not wait for your husband to buy you pure water
Yeah.
or bottled water. Do not wait for your husband to do little things for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Be able to do that for yourself. In as much as it might be the breadwinner of the house, but still have something. You know, there is a way it adds to your person as a woman, and then there is a way it boosts your confidence also, that you are not at the mercy of any man. You
Even
know?
makes your husband regard you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in as much, have something for yourself. And another thing for women is that do not put unnecessary pressure on yourself of a man. Let me break this down. Some women are not married because the man they want to marry must have a house in Banana
They
Island,
will.
must have Range Rover
They
Sport,
will.
you know, must have so millions in your account, and then potentials come. Look at the person like this one that is still roaming the street of Lagos, you know, and then they come and go, and then you linger in age, and when it gets to a certain age, you climax and you start declining.
I mean-
and then you start thinking that, why am I not getting married? Why am I not coming? Why all this? Because you've put the cat before the horse.
Yeah.
You know, there is a way that ladies have been conditioned, that they say that good girl no dey pay. Who told you that good girl no dey pay?
Who tell you?
Good girls are paying.
Ha.
And some of these people that they shout good girl no dey pay, their parents are married for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. My parents, they've been together for over 38 years.
Imagine.
Officially they got
Officially, yeah,
married
yeah.
like 33 years ago. But my parents' firstborn is going to be, it's getting close to 40. And they've been together before
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
And I tell you this, that before I got married, the prayer I used to pray is that God give me kind of husband like my dad. My dad would tell me that, no, do not pray this prayer. Pray that he will give you someone even better than I am. Because I've seen the kind of man this man is. It would be very stupid for me to say that good girl no dey pay. No, my dad and my mom, they started humble and they're enjoying together right now.
Yeah.
So it depends on the things that you see, the things you focus on, the criteria and the value you are looking at in a man. See, there is something that they used to say in Yoruba, that
Ló máa gbé fò. Yes.
you cannot give
Whatever
what you don't have.
a bird eats
That's
is what he
it
flies
will-
with. Yes.
Exactly. So these are the things that you really need to consider.
Yeah.
You know, in a man, just make sure that when you look at values, your values align. When you look at vision and purpose, it aligns. When you look at all of those things, it aligns. And then you see prospect in this guy. You see they used to call, what's the name of this thing? You see
Potential.
patterns.
Okay,
Yes,
then patterns. You look
yes.
out for patterns
Look
too.
out for
So
patterns.
if for instance now at this stage in his life,
Austin,
you
you
look at
a lot.
Austin, welcome. You miss.
But
I
yeah.
saw you said I don't late. But don't worry, you're here.
Yeah.
You're here.
We'll give a recap.
Yeah,
before
we'll
we
give
go.
a recap of all the points before we go. All right. So as I was saying, what was I talking about now?
Patterns.
Okay, patterns. Now you look at a guy, you look at him in the last. Okay, he finished NYSC, let's say like 4 years ago. Between that time and now, that is asking you out. What has he done?
Yeah.
What has he done within that time and now? Have there been improvement in his life? You know, ask him questions. Ask him questions.
Do you know that? Do you know that when I met my husband, let me say this. I'm the kind of person that I don't like stress.
Soft life mama.
Yeah.
Soft life
Soft
mama.
life gang. But I'm aware that not everybody have the same leverage to start with. But there are prospects that give some people 5 years, give some people 10 years,
Mm.
and those people that you were thinking that they've arrived now, those people that
In
have
that
not
same
even,
5
they would have
years.
even overtaken them if there is any word like
Yeah.
that. Do you understand? So this was the thing that I had in my head, and then for the period that we were friends, I was monitoring. Is this guy making progress? He says
Oh,
that,
Skasitato, welcome. It's so good to have you.
yeah.
Afuye Lizzie. Skasitato, you're a
I'm a
first time
first-time
joiner.
joiner.
Thank you. Yes, you are very welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Afuye Lizzie, welcome. Itunes baby, welcome.
Welcome.
Everybody that joined us very late, welcome.
Welcome you.
All right, so
Yes.
let's continue.
So as I was saying that
When you met,
yeah, when I met him, and during the phase of friendship, I was looking at him. He says that, okay, I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to do this, I want to do that, and I was seeing it. Do you know, when we met, it was national chairman, the whole of Nigeria, national chairman of Young Pharmacists, was doing his masters at the same time. He was the music director of his church, and he was doing putting all of those things consistently, and even still giving me my own time.
Yeah.
The work-life balance, the education life balance, the everything life balance was just there. These are the things that gives you assurance that, okay, even if this man is the president, your own will not suffer because he's the president. Even if this man is the CEO of a big company, he knows how to balance things, and then he puts family first, he puts you first. These are the things that you look at, and then you feel like, okay, this guy graduated so and so year, and on his own, without maybe parents' input, he says that I want to do my masters, and he's putting funds together, and he went to school, he's doing that masters, he's doing very well. These are the things that you see that, okay, this man is trying to become better, and he's doing it. He's not just saying it with his words, but he's backing it up with actions. So when you look at all these records, you see that, okay, patterns are they're consistent,
Yes.
they're aligning. Let me give this guy 5 years, let me give this guy 10 years, and we will not be where we are today. And
we put forces together, we
Yes.
join forces together.
Yes. And I tell you, we are not where we started from.
Yeah, so
In
we are
just-
not
we are just
we are
almost,
not
I know we are
not
not where
to.
we started from. So these are the things that we want you to know, that that even financially, when you're talking about you not being financially ready, what are your definitions of you not being
financial
financially
readiness,
ready?
yes.
Are you looking for high and lofty things to want to settle down? Do you understand? And address the man's side and then the woman's side. I think I've done that.
All right. So we talk about spirituality. We talk about even emotional intelligence. So emotional intelligence. Not every small thing. Uncle that is supposed to be the head of the family. When small thing arise, uncle, the next thing he's doing is that, oh, I'm so dejected. Oh, mental health. You that are supposed to be the head of the house. They are supposed to be thinking on behalf of the house. You are thinking of mental health. Small thing, mental health.
Yes, now she mental health should not be okay.
Mental health. So that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Emotional, mental, maturity. Emotional maturity. You understand? Then another one is the mental maturity. Some people say, oh, the man I'm going to marry must be a master's student or must have masters or have PhD. That's not the point. The point is his mental reasoning. When you people have discussions, do you vibe? Do you resonate on the same frequency?
Now let me come in here.
Yeah.
Do you know, to buttress this point, you meet some people, you want to try to discuss with some people, and then you are thinking that, how did this person go to school? How did this person even graduate? Like, how did this person take 4 units course, 5 units course, and all? Because it's not about the certifications, it's about what you have here.
Yeah.
And then, it might look like a small thing, but if you cannot discuss intellectually, you cannot discuss some things with your reasoning, and expect that your spouse will understand you. Over time, what's it called? Attraction we see.
The truth of the matter is that it's a red flag.
Yes.
is a red flag.
Already.
Yes, already.
Because if you're at home like this, you're at home, I'm not cooking,
What will
I'm
you
not
be doing?
sleeping,
It's
I'm not
discussion
watching
now.
television, and then I'm trying to make a reasonable discussion, and then you're not getting it. Like, I'm trying to pull you up, you're not getting it. After a while, I'll just be like, well, whatever, just get out. Do you understand? So you need to make sure that you're emotionally there, and the person you're looking at to is emotionally there, so that you people can resonate on at least almost the same frequency.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's why some people they say that their marriage is not fun.
Yeah.
These are some of the things that actually cause those things. That some people say and they are just married, it's not fun because they don't you know, it's either one person is low and the other person is high in IQ. You know, there shall no balance. Do you get? So that's why from the relationship stage, get it right. So once you are awesomely mature, financially, spiritually, emotionally, physically too, age-wise, but in some cases age is just a number, because you see some 35-year-old people and you will wonder, are you really 35-year-old? Why are you doing like a 15-year-old man? Why are you doing like a 16-year-old woman and you're 35? Do you understand? So it's really not about the age in itself, it's about the maturity in the mind. Do you understand? To support your physical maturity. Maturity in your mind to support that physical maturity. And that takes us to the next point. When you are prepared in knowledge, you see this particular point, me particularly, I love it. You see, knowledge. Let me tell you what the Bible says in the book of 1 Peter chapter 3. Bible says something. It says, husbands, that's 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 7. It says, husbands, dwell with your wives according to knowledge. Husbands, dwell with your wives according to knowledge. You need knowledge to deal with a woman. That's from the angle of a man now. I'm coming first. From the angle of a man. Deal with her with knowledge. When she's telling you that, okay, maybe when she's annoyed and blah blah, and she's saying, you're asking her, what happened now, baby? You say nothing. You be like, nothing. Okay, let's welcome Diwalet NG, welcome, good to have you. Oluwabukola Grace, welcome. Maya Kire Becca. Okay, Maya Kire Becca, welcome. Yes. So hashtag Afuye Lizzie, knowledge, very, very correct. Bible says something. Dwell with her according to knowledge. For instance, now she says, maybe she's angry or she's annoyed or something, and then you ask her that what happened. She said nothing. You now leave. You now leave. She say nothing. Nothing. Knowledge will tell you, if you are a trained man, if you are a man who has listened to people like us, you have been trained, you have been coached by us, you will understand that when she says that, you will press further. You will press in. You will not just say, okay, bye. You will press further and find out, no, definitely this woman is not, something is wrong somewhere. Exactly. That's it. Dwell with her according to knowledge. When she's vibrating and she's agitated, and you must know what to do. That's part of dwelling according to knowledge. Damola Olatunji, welcome to somebody. Okay, let me talk about a session I had. I had a session with a couple about a week ago. Yes, the two of them, fantastic couple, but they've been married for about 5 years. They were having these issues, serious issues. In fact, they told me that they've not enjoyed their marriage in that 5 years. One is in one country, the other one is in another country. And these two people I'm talking about, they are professionals. When I mean highly trained professionals. In fact, the two of them are medical doctors. And they came for counseling and said, this is the challenge. We need help. In fact, when at that point, when they start coming and tell you that they need help, you will know that no, at this point they really need help, because they tried doing it on their own. It has not worked. Just like the Bible says, he said, in the multitude of counsel there's safety. In the multitude of counselors there's safety too. You understand? So we started and everything, and I discovered that this man did not understand who a woman is. He was taking her literally like his G. Do you understand? And you need to understand that this person is a woman. You must know how to handle her. And I took him to the scriptures, made him understand what the scripture says about it. Bible also said something in the book of Proverbs chapter 24, verse 3 and 4. He said, through wisdom a house is built, through understanding it is established, and through knowledge the rooms are filled with good things. Now, wisdom, you are building a house, you are building a home, you are building a home. You understand? So you need wisdom. It's not only prayer you need wisdom. And what is the difference between wisdom, knowledge, and understanding? Knowledge is you have information. You have information that is like a raw material. Information, knowledge is just a raw material. If you don't know what to do with knowledge, knowledge is a waste. Many of you that went to school, you spent 5 years, you studied this, you studied that. At the end of the day, you still went to go and do something else. That knowledge just wasted. You just collected certificate and that's all.
It did not waste.
Okay, well, it didn't waste because you must have learned some things in school. You have grown with time and blah blah blah. Now, the point I'm making is this: knowledge is information. Understanding is comprehension. So at that point, knowledge has moved to another level, which is called comprehension. That means I understand. So for instance, now when the Bible says, "Husbands, love your wife," that's knowledge. Understanding is, how do I love my wife? That's understanding. Do you understand? So I know that, okay, loving my wife, I have to call her regularly. I have to pray for her. I have to make sure that she's okay. When she's down, I need to find out what's going on and be there to protect and all that and all that. That is understanding. Now, wisdom. Let's go to wisdom. Wisdom is now the application of the knowledge you have. Do you know that some people are moved, they have knowledge, they have understanding, but they have not moved to the realm of wisdom. The realm of wisdom is the realm of me now applying what I know, now doing it. A lot of people only know, oh, the Bible says this, but are they actually practicing what the Bible is saying? That is wisdom. Do you understand? So that was what the Bible was saying, that through wisdom a house is built. You cannot build a house without wisdom. That's why to build a house, you need an architect, you need a building engineer. All those people, they've all the wisdom, all the knowledge that they've had over the years, understanding, they've applied it into wisdom, which helps them to now raise the house, which is what God also wants us to apply in our homes and in our families. You understand? So you need knowledge. As I was saying before, knowledge makes you better as a husband or as a wife. Knowledge makes you better as a husband or as a wife. If you don't know what to do, you cannot do it. So in the first place, you even need to know what to do. Do you understand the point now? Exactly. So which is where knowledge comes in. So if you have knowledge about what marriage entails, because when we started with what's the definition of marriage, right? So if you even have the definition of marriage, you know your own role as a man, you know your own role as a woman, you know what should obtain in an ideal setting in a home, then you are ready. And one of the ways, again, one of the knowledge you must have is that you must know that men and women are different. They are very different. What applies to a man may not apply to a woman. So you must understand the principles. Do you understand? And that takes us to point number 6. Do you have anything to say?
Yes. Let me just
touch on this. Okay.
You see, this knowledge. This knowledge is very key. You know, like one of our mentors said that if you have supporters, but
oh, so sorry, my people. Just a minute.
We are in Nigeria.
This is Nigeria. Nigeria is showing us Nigeria. Nigeria is showing us Nigeria. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. No, don't worry. Let's do this. It's fine. It's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're back.
Yeah, back. So like as I was saying that if you have supporters but you're not knowledgeable, you be fumble. Now let's give you an analogy. You want to do a relay race, right? You think that relay race is just being and then be like, oh, let's sign up for this relay race, and then you have supporters,
they cheer you on. Yes,
and
they cheer you on.
you did not practice for the relay race, and then you just be like, oh, it's not just to run on the something, and then the whistle comes, and then, oh yeah, let's run, oh.
Thank you, Afia. Thank
you. And then let's run, oh. And then you start fumbling. Obviously, you've not been practicing. You think relay race is what's it called? 1,500 meters is something that you can just jump on. Something.
It's not 100 meters.
Yes, even if 1 million people cheer you up,
yes,
you cannot win.
Yes,
because you've not equipped yourself.
In fact, it's not just about you winning itself. It's about you even running the whole race.
I'm telling you, maybe
you will fall by the wayside. You will faint. Of the road. Yes, because you didn't train.
So knowledge is very, very important. You need to really understand the institution of marriage.
Yes.
You need to understand how God has created it. You need to understand that this is my role in this union or going forward.
Yeah.
You need to understand that in this thing, this institution that God has created, typically there should be no room for escape.
Yeah.
You need to understand that I have work to do on my part. My spouse has work to do on his part. You need to understand that this thing does not run on autopilot.
Yes.
You need to understand that there are sacrifices that needs to be made. You need to understand that you need to submit. Both men and women need to submit. You need to understand that both men and women need to love. In fact, love is like the 100% recipe, because anything you do, you need to love. Like we know that the Bible, anything that is doing you have headache, love. You're purging, love. You like yourself, love. Bible tells you love yourself. The Bible says love your friend. The Bible even now says if you don't even want to love, you have enemy, love your enemy. What remain? You know, if you are dancing, love. If you are doing this, so love is like this special recipe. And the fact is that you cannot love in your own way. You love the Christ way. Do you understand? And having the knowledge of this would help you to love the Christ way. How will you love the Christ way if you are not knowledgeable about 1 Corinthians 13?
Yes.
You don't know all of the attributes of love stated in 1 Corinthians 13. You cannot love the right way.
Yes.
Do you understand? So knowledge is very, very important, and we should not trivialize this, because this is going to is the foundation that says, are you really ready?
So once you
So once you put all these things together, and then you weigh the options, you tick the boxes, you analyze all of these things, and then you feel like there's still some areas that are lagging, go and work on it. Don't rush yourself into it. You don't need to rush in so that you don't rush out. It's not something that you just want to quickly do a quick fix. No, sit down, heal, gradually enter into all of these things with the help of God, with the help of the Holy Spirit, and then it's going to be showing you different things that you need to build on, different things that you need to work on, different ideologies you need to drop. Do you understand? So it's a whole lot about knowledge. You know, it's like the foundation of everything. So I'm gonna stop here.
It's painful that a lot of people, you are an engineer, you go to school for 5 years for engineering, you become a certified engineer. You are a lawyer, you go to school for 5 years, you become a certified lawyer, you know, you practice, blah blah blah. You are a pharmacist, you go to school for 5 or 6 years, as the case may be, and you become certified, you become a guru pharmacist and all that. You become an accountant, the same thing. But when it now comes to marriage, which is the life thing, you feel that you can just breeze in. We are on my marriage going.
You breeze in, you breeze out.
We'll breeze in. Whoa. If you breathe in, thou shalt breathe out. You know, so that's it. You need to learn it. There are principles to this thing, and if you don't learn those principles, it cannot work. And another thing I must say is the two people involved too must be willing to make it work. The two people involved must, it's not one person that will do the work. The two people must be willing to do the work for it to work. Do you understand our point now? So we're coming from the angle of knowledge. So the question you ask yourself, how many videos have you watched on marriage? How many videos? How many books have you read? I was talking about my book now. How many of you have bought it? I know I'm seeing some people that have bought it here. But those of you who have not bought it, go to the link in my bio and then get your own copy. Get your copy. I was talking about the code for those who want to get the soft copy. If you want to get the ebook, there's a code that you will put, a coupon code 22. It's just valid for 24 hours. That coupon code 22, and you will get it at the discounted price. So just go to link in bio, click on the link in bio, and get your copy. So as I was saying, how many books have you read? How many videos have you watched? Or is it only Netflix you are watching? Oh my God! You people have been hearing of the divorce rates that have been happening now. You people have been hearing it. It's not like it's only one person that's been hearing it. Do you get? They are usually foundational issues that make those things happen. They don't just happen. They are things that are built over time. Do you understand? So as I was saying, get knowledge, get counsel. Once you have knowledge, then you are ready. You are ready. All right, so that takes us to point number 6. Point number 6, and we'll rush the rest of the point. Number 6 is when you are not under pressure. When you are not under pressure, then you are ready. Let me use myself as an example. Initially, I didn't just see the need, I never put myself under pressure once like this. Once. If anybody was saying anything, concern me, I just look at everybody. When I was ready, me myself, I knew I was ready. Do you understand that? When you are not under pressure. In fact, it got to that point. My wife said it in the video that we did, that YouTube video we did, our last YouTube video, that even at that point, I was not even willing to even enter a relationship as at the time it happened, when I met her. Do you get? I was not even willing because I was vexed. Do you understand? So I just decided that, okay, follow God, love God, follow purpose, do all the things I want to do. Yes. When you are not under pressure, then you are ready. Yes, Afuye, thank you for that. I was just doing my own thing, and she just came along the way, and then conversation started. Simple conversations on a friendship level, pure friendship level, and from there, that was where it just started from. Pure friendship. When we started talking, come on, see brain. Come and see brain. This woman got brain. She gave brain. Me, I'm the one that is telling you she have brain. She have brain. And thank you for having brain. Okay, so as I was saying, so those are the things. I was at those things. This person loves God. Oh wow. This person is even a worker in church. Wow. This person has prospects. Wow. This person has values. Wow. All the things that I listed in my book, everything, she ticked all those boxes. I'm like, wow, yes, this is it. Do you understand? So I was not under pressure. I did not allow any pressure from anybody, and I did not give myself any pressure. And God, when God saw me like this, that was not pressure, He said, okay, now you are ready. And He gave me. Let's go to the Bible. In the case of Adam was just in the Garden of Eden with all the animals and all of them. It was God that looked at Adam and said, it is not good that you are alone. It is not good. I will make you a helpmeet. And God now said, okay, let me make somebody out of him for him. And that's how Eve came. And when Eve came, He recognized her and said, this is woman, because she was taken out of me. That means that Adam had intelligence. Codes group, welcome. Adam had high intelligence, because that time sin never come now. So he was at par level with God in that sense. Do you understand? Because he was made in the image and likeness of God, so he was thinking like God. God was always coming every day. So Adam was in a place of rest. Let's come to Ruth in the Bible. Ruth was in a place of rest. She was just with Naomi. She was just following the instruction of Naomi. Naomi said, okay, go and get food for us, blah, 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 blah. She went, got food, and in the line, Boaz came along in the place of service. So all those of you that are running from church, you are running from serving in a place, you are doing yourself a lot of disservice. So get yourself in the place of service. Be serving God. Be doing good things with your life. Don't just sit down and be saying, I'm waiting for man, or I'm waiting for woman. Be doing something with your life. Along the line, when you are not under pressure, then you are ready at that point. It's at that point you are what? You are ready. Tom To Unique. Welcome. All right. So the next one which is the second to the last, is when you are convinced in your spirit, or you have received a word from God that it is time. Yes, Afuya Lizzie, yes, place of rest and service, thank you. So the next point is when you are convinced, you have convinced, God has convinced you that yes, it is time. God has revealed it to you, and God has told you, my son, it is time. Just like God told he told Peter, he say kill, eat. Do you understand? And I think it also happened to Elijah, where God brought the food to him. Oh yeah, eat. When the ravens brought the food, eat. It is time. So God has given you that instruction, or God has given you that nudge in your heart. You feel it so much in your heart that yes, it is time. Then it is time. So that's nudging from God himself. God has put it in your heart, and God has convinced you that it is time. Then you are ready. Then the last one. If you had a hurtful past, at the point where you have completely healed, take note of my words, completely healed. Omoni yesterday, thank you, welcome. At the point where you have completely healed. So if for instance now you had a breakup, at the point where you have completely healed, not the time you'll be like, this boy jilted me. Whoa, the next boy that asks me out like this, I will marry him straight, and I will show John that me on Sharon Kekere, I'm not a small girl. John left me like this. He left. If anybody come, the next guy that I come, I will marry the guy straight. My sister, you are not ready. You are not ready, because if you enter into that marriage, you will do mistake and you will come out. You are not balanced. So you need to be, you need to be in that safe mental space. You need to be whole. See, marriage is a combination of two whole people. Two whole people. When I say whole, they are full, they are complete. So 100% plus 100% gives 100. So that means I'm giving my own. I'm not coming for you to give me. I'm coming to give you. So you two are coming to give me. So it's going to be fantastic. One of the things that make all those things not work is somebody is coming half cooked. The other one is coming half cooked. Accident victims. Two accident victims. One, the hand is not complete. One, the leg is not complete. They are assisting each other. Compare it to whole structure that are assisting each other. They will do far better. Do you understand? What?
I think I've forgotten what I
You forgot. Oh, sorry. So maybe when you remember. So as I was saying, hurtful. Once you heal, and healing takes a process. We had a webinar last year. Where some people on this call actually joined that webinar last year, where we dealt with what's the title again? Yes, dealing with hurtful breakup. Do you understand? How to I think finding the new spouse or something like that. How to heal from a hurtful breakup. Yes, that was it. How to heal. So we dealt with the processes. Yes, we dealt with the processes and what you should do next. At what points you will know that okay, at this point I'm ready. I think we will have another session of it this year.
Okay.
Yes. You remember? Yes.
Okay. So something about this what's it called? Healing is that it's a process. And in the process you don't want something, let me give you an example. If you have a wound on your skin, for example, you want this wound to heal. You don't keep poking it. You don't keep doing things that would expose the wound to go back to square one. Okay? The same thing applies to we as individuals, that in the process of your healing, the next thing in your mind should not be to enter a relationship.
Yes.
It's for you to first of all be clear-headed, clear-minded, clear-hearted, clear everything that you can think of. Do not have it in mind that I want to prove to this person that I am happy. You don't need to enter a relationship or get married to prove that you are happy. If you are not happy as an entity, you cannot be happy in that
You
marriage.
cannot too.
So you don't need to prove to somebody that, yes, so you left me, but I am happy, and I will prove to you that you can leave me, but you pay. It's good to be happy. Find your happiness as an individual. Find your happiness as a single lady or a single man. Heal and be total and be complete before you enter any relationship. Because if you are not totally healed before you enter a relationship, some of the hurts from the past would find a way to manifest again, even in this present.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you would want to have this autopilot in your head that this is what this guy did for me in my past relationship. It's very possible that this man or this woman will want to repeat such, even though the person is not that kind of person. But because you are still carrying that hurt, and this the way the thing works that it works on your mindset, and when your mindset is not whole, your behavior cannot be whole. When your mindset is not whole, it has a way of affecting the forces around you that they resonate and vibe to that frequency, and then they create what your mindset is picturing in your mind. So healing is not a small thing. It's something that you should really pay attention to. If you've been hurt in the past, or if you even had a whole lot, you need to sit down. What did this person do? What did I do? What did I do wrong? What do I need to learn? What do I need to, am I supposed to appreciate myself the more? Am I supposed to improve my self-confidence? Am I supposed to do this? Am I supposed to do that? Give yourself time. Do all of those things and be in the perfect place for yourself. Do not rush into any relationship because of your ex, or because you are feeling that, well, the past has gone, let us move on. No, you cannot just sweep some things under the carpet. There are sometimes that you need to address some issues head on if you don't want the same thing to happen in your marriage. And it's going to be more hurtful, especially when you get married, when some of these issues crop up again, and we do not want that for you. That's why we are asking you, are you really ready to get married?
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so Adeyemi, welcome. Toby, Iola, welcome. Good to have you. Somebody asked a question: how do you know you are totally healed when still single? We talked about the processes. We said there are processes, there are healing processes. Once you're done with those healing processes, and you are fully complete on those healing processes, you still give yourself some time. Part of the process is forgiveness, speaking to yourself. I can't go deeply into it now because it's not part of this session. So at that point, in fact, you yourself, you will know when the healing process is done. You will know that at this point I am healed and I can go ahead.
When you look at your ex or your past, how do you feel? Do you feel hurt? Do you feel revengeful? Do you feel like you? Or do you look at it and then you smile and you're like, thank God? Your reaction to your past. The past has passed, but your reaction to what happened in the past would give you a pointer that you are fully healed or you still need some time. And your reaction also to the present or to the future, knowing that you're not coming from a place of men has come, or how am I sure that he's not going to do it again? There are pointers and indicators that am I fine? The thing is, it's not hard. Just like somebody that is not feeling fine, you know that headache they do you. This headache never go finish, and I'm still feeling this hurt somewhere. I'm still feeling, yes, it looks like this wound has covered up, but it still feels like when I press it, there is still a little bit of pain inside. You would know that, okay, I'm in the place of rest. I'm in the place where I value myself. I'm in the place where I'm happy with myself as a single person. I'm in the place where I carry myself with so much self-esteem that nobody can make me feel less of myself. Those are the things that, when it starts occurring in your life, when you don't need validation from outside to make you feel better. Those are the things that will make you know that, okay, yes, I'm healing, or I'm totally whole. So those are like one of the pointers.
All right. So that's absolutely true. Very very true. Very very true. So and Affordable said maybe most time you stop being angry. Yes, which is one of the things she mentioned. When you see your ex, you are not angry anymore. Yes, because you're forgiving them. You know, I mentioned it that you're forgiving them, so you've moved on actually. So you're not even affected by the person's progress, or you are not angry at yourself too as well. Adebo Boye 1990, welcome, welcome, welcome. So good to have you. So at this point, if you have a question, please just drop it in the comment section. We're rounding off already. We'll treat them in the next 5 minutes, and we're done with this session. Most likely, the next one will be. I have a session. I have a live session on the 26th. Yeah, on the 26th. So join us again. Somebody invited us for a live session on 26th. So it will be so good to have all of you again join us, and I'll post the information on our page so that we can have the information. Do well to follow and share with your people. You can see that there's so much value here. A lot of you think that you are really ready. So at this point, if you can tick all these 7 boxes or 8 boxes, then you are what? Ready. And I mentioned my book. I mentioned it a lot of times here, and the reason is because it will bless you people. It will bless. I can guarantee you that one is guaranteed. It will bless you. If you were to make a mistake before, you will not make those mistakes. You will not. I'm telling you, you will not. So and the title of the book again is Attracting and Retaining the Right Man Made Easy: 10 Effective Steps to Marrying a Good Man. The book, the link, just check the link in bio. If you prefer the hard copy, the pre-ordering for hard copy is going on right now, so you can pre-order the hard copy right now. The link is there. And if it's the soft copy as well, you can pay for the soft copy. You will get that one immediately, because the soft copy has been ready since December last year. And I said there's a discount. There's a discount for people who are on this call for the next 24 hours. Take advantage of that discount for the soft copy. You will just use the coupon code 22. The coupon code 22, and you get the discount using that code. And that is applicable to only the e-copy. For the hard copy is pre-order, so is already at the discount rate right now. If you take advantage of it now, do you get so? Okay, yes. We'll release the 7 box. In fact, that's what I wanted to do now. So we said we started the session by saying that we will first define what marriage is, so that people can understand what marriage is, and some people give some fantastic definitions. Then we looked at Christian marriage, what it is. Then the 7 points. Number 1 was when you are right person yourself. When you are the right person, you yourself that want to get married, are you the right person? So at that point, when you are the right person, then you are ready, because at that point you'll be able to recognize another right person. If I am an Asian, I will recognize another Asian. You know that in Asia there are different. There is a Korea, there is a Japanese, and all of them, they look similar, but to them they recognize themselves. But you may not recognize them. Then the next point is when you get your motive and purpose for marriage right. What is your motive? Why are you going into it? So you get your motive and your purpose right. That's number 2. Then number 3 is when you have the correct ideology and perspective. Do you believe that in your marriage your husband must beat you? Do you believe that? Is that what you believe? You can have your marriage without that happening. Do you understand? So you have the right ideologies. Do you believe that bad things must happen to you? Do you believe that? So get the right ideologies, because if you get the wrong ones, it's going to affect you. Then number 4 is when you are awesomely mature. So you mature spiritually, physically, emotionally, financially, material, mentally, maturity in all those areas. Then another one is when you are prepared in knowledge. When you are prepared in knowledge, you have knowledge, you know what marriage is, you know what the man should do, you know what the woman should do, you know how to do what you should do, and how to respond when some things happen. Knowledge. When you have the right knowledge, you have equipped yourself, then you are ready. Then the next point is when you are not under pressure. When you are not under pressure, you must be in the place of rest. Because if you are in the place of pressure, you will choose wrongly. Because you are not stable. Do you get? You'll be doing distress purchase or something like that. Do you get? Then the next one is when you are convinced in your spirit, or you receive the word from God that it is time. When God has told you that this is time, or you are convinced in your spirit, and that spirit is not the spirit of Eba, that the Eba has loaded. The spirit of God has convinced you that it is time. Then the last one is if you have had a hurtful past, when you have completely healed from the hurtful past. For some people, in some cases, the past could be that their upbringing, maybe there was a lot of violence in their home. Maybe their dad or their mom was very violent with them. Do you understand? It could actually tell on a lot of people. So when you heal from that, because it's when you heal from that you will not go and replicate it in your own home. Do you understand? So those are the 8 points. Those are the 8. They're actually 8 points, not 7. Those are the 8 points. Okay, so somebody is asking a question. My question is not related with today's topic. What's your take on parental sex without using religious references? Okay, do you want to say
Okay, so we are supposed to talk about what's it called, spiritual references, but well, for the sake of the question, let's even say we are not talking about spiritual references. Sex is an act. It's deep, because we as human beings, we are controlled, or we have hormones in our body that controls so many things. It's not just an act. So let's come from this point that sex, or let me give you this analogy of using a paper tape, for example. You stick a paper tape on a surface, you remove it. Stick paper tape on another surface, you remove it. Stick it on another surface, you remove it. On the 7th or the 5th or the 7th, what's it called, surface, the grip of that paper tape on that
will
surface
never
will
be
not
the same with the initial.
as the first grip.
Yes.
The same thing happens with sex. When you have sex with somebody, a portion of you has been attached and goes away with that person. Do you understand? So if you are saying premarital sex, so what if you don't end up marrying that person? It means that you've given this person a portion of you, and the person is gone forever.
And even if you are still get married to the person, it is you are building a wrong foundation. So let me make you continue.
You are giving the person the benefit of a wife, benefit of the husband without having it. It's like you are stealing what is not yet yours.
Absolutely.
Do you understand?
Absolutely.
It's like you are putting the cart before the horse. And in for every rule in life that you break, there are always consequences. Okay, so premarital sex is not something that you want to indulge in, even though the world has made it look like a norm. It's still not the norm, because there are consequences attached to premarital sex. So
So hope we've been able to actually answer that for you. Trivaj Care, welcome. Suspect Studios, welcome. All right, so is there anything as being too comfortable being single, like one is so comfortable being single? Well, there's a thin line. I believe there's a thin line between being too comfortable and seeing the need for it. The truth of the matter is that it depends on the perspective now, if he's a guy or a lady. If he's a lady, I don't think you can be too comfortable being single. If you, the only thing that can prove to me that you are too comfortable being single is if there are people coming and you are not allowing them. You know, there are people coming, good people who strike your values, like they relate with you, they sync everything, they sync. Do you understand? If at that point you are still feeling like single, then there might be an issue at that point. If you have seen somebody that is good and has matched those good things, and you are still not getting married to them, then that's where there's an issue. But if you've not seen one who meets your values, now take note that I'm not talking about spec in terms of, oh, is he tall, does he have beards, does he keep beards, is he rich, is it that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in terms of values. All those richness and tallness and blah 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 blah, those are extra things. Those are not the important things. So pay more attention to the important things. If the person ticks all those important things for you, finance, the two of you can work together on finance. So far the person has a stable job, just as I said before, stable job, has a place to stay, and can take care of you, himself, and a child, then that's fine, you can go ahead. Do you get? Now let's look at it in the aspect of the guy now. Sometimes guys feel that they don't have enough to get married. Do you understand? So that's why some of them don't get married as early as possible. So for them, they might feel too comfortable being single. In fact, some they've almost forgotten themselves, say they are not even married. Do you get? So in those cases, it's a two-way thing. It's a two-way thing. We said before that some of them don't know what they are missing when they are not married yet. If they think they are making money now, or they are doing great things now, they can do far more because of the favor that the woman brings into their life. Do you get? So far, she is the will of God, and she is somebody whose values and purpose and future, aligns with theirs. Do you get? So I hope that answered your question. Thank you, eTunes baby. Thank you, Tom to Unique. Thank you. Affordable, yeah. Thank you. All right. Chomzi B, thank you for joining us. Codes, thank you. So thank you everybody for joining us for this live session. We'll be having one. I said I'm going to post on the link to there will be another one upper week where I'll be having a session with a group of people. Yeah, so we'll be discussing that. You will see it on our page. If you're not following us yet, please follow us. And for those of you who are not following us on YouTube yet, please go and subscribe to our channel, our YouTube channel on Love and Emotions Hub. Love and Emotions. Just go on YouTube, click on Love and Emotions Hub, and start subscribing to our channel. Watch our videos; they will help you a lot. And please, we'd like you to like our videos and also put comment. When you put comment, we're going to respond to your comments. You can meet us at any time there. So it's so good to have you put together. It's so good. Okay, you want me to screenshot? It's so good to have you all. Thank you, Coach. Affordable, thank you. Time well spent. Thank you. Skasitato, thank you. Afuya Lizzie, thank you. So we'll see at other times. And if you want to rewatch the video will be on our page, so you can watch the replay. If you have somebody who you need to really watch this, please send it to them. Send the replay to them. You can post it on your status too. Post it on your status, post it on your page, so that they can come and rewatch it and learn everything you have learned too. The more we know, the better we become. That's the truth. The more we know, the better we become. Thank you everyone. Afuyes, Katatito, Orion YK, thank you, and God bless you. Bye.